Hey guys, so I wanted to share an experience that happened to me today. After I was done running around, I popped in on a seller, I previewed a property for one of my buyers, and then I came back to the office. I opened up my email, uh, and I saw a boilerplate email from a competitor. I won't name the company with the blue and white colors. I'm sorry, did I just say that? And it's an office manager, or as they like to call themselves, office vice president, and they're in charge of recruiting. And I was a name on a list, and they sent out a bunch of emails, and I got the email. Now, I happen to be friends with this person on Facebook. I've seen a lot of their posts. They're fun to watch. They've commented on my post. So this particular person, I won't say if it's a he or her she, but we know each other from a distance. We don't know each other personally, uh, and yet, if you know me, you know that I've gone through a traumatic last couple of weeks. We just buried my mother. She passed away on the 13th of August. And here we are opening an email. Here I am opening an email from this person. The email doesn't name me specifically, it mentions nothing about their condolences. So it tells me it's a boilerplate email. However, it's telling me they focus on me and my production and growing me. They don't even know me. Look, I'm intentional and purposeful for with the people I speak with. I had a conversation yesterday with somebody who I've been meaning to speak to for a while. We've known each other for 6 or 7 years. I like this person. I think that she's a good human. I think, and it's her and her husband. And what was intended to be a 10-minute conversation turned into a 90-minute phone call. Um, and before I speak to someone, I don't only want to know the production, but I want to know about them because production in and of itself doesn't qualify them to have me want to be in a business with them and be partners with them. Look, if you're responsible for growing your company's roster, you might want to take a different approach. You might want to get to know the people you're reaching out to. And look, for me, I just want to have an exploratory conversation to see if if I shared some of my vision with you and what we're doing here, is there an alignment? Look, we have what we call new agent launch and experienced agent launch. We've been running these launch programs at Place for well over half a dozen years. And they just revamped the experienced agent launch and just completed its inaugural run under the new program. It's still a 12-week program, but they changed the format. And they shared, I'm waiting for the official statistics, but I think the numbers were the average agent that went into experienced agent launch had somewhere around 3.5 years in the business. They were previous 12 months was an average of 4.7 transactions. I got to get the legit, so don't quote me on that. It could be 5.7, could be 6. I don't remember. Um, but I know it was somewhere between 4 and 7 transactions for the year, which makes sense. That's like the average agent does. Like average agent with 10 years in the business does less than 10 deals a year. And then they shared that the of the 60 some odd agents that went through experienced agent launch this last quarter, the average agent had 9 pieces of business in their pipeline at the end of launch. They either closed or pended 9 pieces of transaction business. They helped 9 families. So my thought is if I could get to know good people, good humans, and there's an alignment there, there may not be. What would it look like to your business if you went through my experienced agent launch and took whatever it was, 6, 7, 8 transactions a year and turned it into 24 or 36 transactions a year? So that's the conversation I'm having with good humans. If you're a good human and you want to have that conversation with me, give me a call, DM me. I'd love to have a conversation with me, the world to me to grab coffee or even pancakes. Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity from IHOP or something. Who knows? Talk to you soon. Bye.